Hello everyone, this video is about money management. And I know this is a well debated topic on YouTube. I'm pretty sure you've seen many videos with this topic, but yet you're here. This cycle ends now. I'm gonna answer every question of yours. Everything. What is our main priorities as traders? What does it actually mean to win as a trader? What are the standards that your strategy needs to pass? Is there a universal number on how much you need to risk on each position? What are we really working with as traders? How much do we know about the market? Risk to reward versus win rate. Everything is covered in this video. This is going to be the last video that you've ever going to watch about money management. I've spent 5 years, so you can enjoy this now. I want to start off with the most important thing first. I don't really know how well you know me or how many videos of mine you've ever watched. But if there's one thing that I want you to take from me is this thing. We as traders, not scammy traders, not on the internet, not look good traders, nothing. As real traders, we are here to make money, right? This is the only reason we're gathered here. This is the only reason you're watching this video. We need to have our priorities straight. Our number one priority as a trader is to survive in the market. That's by far the most important thing in trading. Survive. And then make some money. That's number two. So number one is surviving. Number two is making money. What? But I'm here to make money. I'm on my Lambo. Imagine this scenario. There are two seasoned traders. So professional traders. Both of them. Like decades of experience, right? Both of them are looking at the market at the same time, same exact market, so everything is equal. Trader number one says that the market is going to go up. Trader number two says the market is going to go down. What if I tell you both of them are right at the same time? Well, that's a piece of crap. The market either goes up or goes down. How can they be right at the same time? That's just impossible. You're wrong. You see, there is a little bug in your analogy. I know what you're thinking. It either goes up or goes down. Tell me what you're talking about. Like, that's as easy as that, right? So either number one is correct or number two goes up or goes down. Like a coin, it either heads or tails. What are we talking about? They both can't be right at the same time, but they can. So before I even explain that, let me ask you one question. Are casinos winning or losing? Casinos lose hundreds of times, thousands of times, millions of times each day. But are they losing at the end? No, they're winning. Everybody knows that. There's even a saying that casinos always win. How is that working out exactly? Because casino knows it's not about winning every battle. It's about winning the war. So back to that two trader analogy. If trader one thinks it's going up and it's according to his strategy and he sticks to it, he's going to win. And so as trader number two, if he thinks it's going down, it's according to his analogy, his strategy, and he's sticking to that. So both of them are seasoned traders. Both of them know what they're doing. But what about you? Do you know what you're doing? Have you experienced those times that you were like, I have to be right? Let me rephrase it. I need to be right. Sometimes it feels like your life depends on it, right? Because it does. Because you let it be. You attach trading to your future, to your goals. So now it really does. It really does affect your future. So it really affects your life now. You made it like that. That's your responsibility now. But are you doomed? No. Hell no. Actually, me personally, I fucked up so much money. And I'm not proud of it. I'm not bragging or anything. That's just the reality. Like, so as many friends of mine who are also traders. We lost money learning these things I'm going to tell you right now. For free. Actually, for free. Now, for any of you asking the question that, why are we even talking about this concept? Like, money management. That's so dull, right? Why don't we talk about something cooler? Like, anything is cooler than talking about money management, right? We can talk about many strategies. Kids, strategies don't matter really. Even if you have the best strategy out there, if you don't have this, you're doomed. Imagine your strategy is your sword. If you're not in the battle, right? If you're dead already, how can you even use this fucking sword? You need to be alive to use this sword. So if you're out by the first blow, now, it doesn't matter how cool of a blade you got. You're dead. But if you survive long enough in the market for your edge to work out, you can kill them. Basically what I mean is you're spending so much time perfecting your strategy. I too know so many strategies that I don't even use. I just know them. You know, they're in my head, but yeah. I too used to think that it was all about my strategy. Like I need to know a better strategy and a better strategy and a better strategy and improve my strategy and improve that. Like that's one part of trading, of course, but that's maybe like 10%, 20% of trading at best. 80% of the trading for you guys is just managing your psychology and your money management. That's it. Of course, at the highest level, when you've already fixed your psychology and your money management, the balance shifts again. But now, if you're not making money, and I'm pretty sure that's the only reason you're watching this video, it's not about your strategy. That's all I'm saying. Now let me answer this question. Is there a fixed percentage on how much should be risked on each position? Like everybody needs to follow this one rule? No, of course not. But there are rules of thumb. If you are trading with a prop firm, those paper prop firms, because there are two types of prop firm. One of them is the one that you just pay money to attend the challenge and you pass those challenge and like it's a usually 85%, like 15%, like 90%, 10%. It's a split between you guys. In this type of prop firms, you're not opening a real position. It's like demo trading, but you paid money for the challenge, so it's kind of real. So the stress is there, but you're not actually making any money. So how are they paying you those money? They're paying you with the money that the people spend on like buying those challenges. That's it. That's not your money. It's not like you won that trade, you're extracting that money. No, nothing like that. So it's actually kind of demo. But there is another type of prop firms. Those are really giving you money. They need the statements. And it's usually a 50-50 split. But most of you guys, you're attending like those paper prop firms. Like FTMO and stuff like that, right? So for that, it again depends on how many positions you open in a month or a week or whatever. That's one. Because that's number one priority. And number 2 and 3 is just risk reward and win rate. Many people talk about win rate. So win rate is the most important thing. I don't think so. Personally, I have a couple of strategies, but the one that I use at the moment, I have 43% win rate and I have a 3-to-1 risk reward. And how many trades I open in a month? Obviously, it's not just one number. It differs each month, but it's usually around 12, like 10, 8, 14, 12, 11, something like that. So all of that matters actually. I'm not trading with those paper prop firms. I'm trading with real prop firms. So I'm in a partnership, something like that. So again, even for you guys, that really matters. Even if you're trading with your own money, which means you're a retail trader, that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing actually. But people call it a retail trader, you don't know shit. I mean, why? Like just because he has some money to trade with his dumb, that doesn't even make any sense. That's just haters talk, right? If you have some money to trade with, good for you. So why do we even care about these three things? Win rate, risk reward, how many positions we open in months. You need to anticipate how many losses can you endure. Perhaps you're opening like 2% with each trade. How many losses can you take? What if you open like 6% each trade? How many now? How many wins do you need to come back? And of course, beside this, like directly beside this, you have psychological game here. Like, can you even handle this many losses? I can give you my strategy, but maybe some of you are like, bro, 43%, that's just too low. Like, I need to see more greens in my screen. Personally, I don't care. I'm a risk reward guy. But no, I'm not one of those, I need this 10R to take a screenshot and put it on my YouTube so people would pay me money to like, I'm not a dumbass. 10R risk reward is always a gamble. Try to prove me wrong. I remember we had a coach in trading and it was like, yes, I had 100R. And we were like, no, you didn't. He actually showed us he had 100R. It was actually real money, but he just had like 0.01 lot open in that position. It was like, that's just for flexing. That's just for Instagram. So many influencers out there can just open a demo and like throw a gamble, very, very small stop loss and go for like 100R, 20R, 50R. That's just bullshit. Here, I'm talking about realistic stuff. The things I use personally. These things really matter. I'm not wasting your time here. If you're opening like 100 trades in a month, you cannot open like 2%. You're gambling if you're opening 2% per trade. That's just gambling. If you're trading like 4 positions in a month, if you're opening like 0.5% each trade, you're just having a hobby. That's not real work. If it's real work, it needs to pay you some money. Like 0.5%, 4 trades in a month, Why are you even here, brother? So what you need to do right now is to look at your statement or your forward test. Because obviously, if you're trading right now, you're confident enough because you have like 10 to 20 years of forward testing in your bank, right? Yes, that was sarcasm. I know you don't. First thing first, take your time. If you really want to make some money here, go forward test at least 2020 to this moment. Don't go for more than 2 symbols. Don't be greedy. Yes, if I'm opening 60 positions here and my average win rate is about... Shut up, man, shut up. You cannot physically control that many symbols and like positions. Not mentally, not whatever. You can't control that. You may think you can. You may think you can because you looked at like those influencers having so many like monitors, like, yeah, this NASDAQ. What the fuck off, man? Fuck off. You can't control that. Be realistic. If you're not making money, and I'm pretty sure that's the reason you're here, stick to 1 symbol, 2 max. But you may ask how much I'm opening each position. 2%. 2. Because it's prop money. It's a 50-50 split. It's prop money. It's real money. I'm opening 2%. I have my statement. I'm not losing a challenge. They know me. Everything is fine. But if it was my money, would it be different? Of course, yes. Then I would have gone with 3%. What about 10%? Fuck no. Fuck no. Fuck no. That's not going to happen. 10%? Who are you? What if it was prop money, like one of those 90% to 10% like paper prop? Would I open 2% then? Hell no. Then I would have opened like 1% and call it a day. Like 1% is enough. Because realistically, I have my forward test and my experience and all of that. I know that there's a big chance I see things like 8 losses in a row even. Like that happened actually. So now should I say, yes, because I once had like 8, 10 losses in a row, so if I go 1%, I would lose my challenge? No, that's not that good of a thinking. When I started actually working with this new strategy of mine, I forward tested it for like 15 years, tested it in the live market for 8 months, and then tried and used it. All of that time, that phenomenon, 8 losses in a row, happened once. If you go with something like that rare of a scenario, and you say that if I go 1%, I would lose, like, brother, that's not going to happen. Like that's a possibility, but if you go with that, it would drag. Because you're always like, my system has more potential. It has more potential. And you're wasting all of that because once in a lifetime thing. I mean, if you have only one chance at this, one shot at this, of course, go for it. You need to be safe. Go 0.5%. But that would take a while. Don't expect going with really small, safe money that you can mentally handle. Because sometimes you need to like have a bigger capacity to lose some money. Of course, I'm not here saying you need to be able to lose all of your money all of a sudden. No, that's not human. If you lose money, you're going to have bad feelings. But you need to teach yourself, you're not losing here. This is the fee of participating in this trading thing. You trained so hard for you to be here. So this is your fee to a participation fee, you know? So yes, you're gonna lose money. Of course, banks lose money. Who are you? Who am I? Like even banks, big banks, central banks, all those guys are losing money daily. And they're here. Like they're not going anywhere. Even though they lost billions of dollars, trillions of dollars, they're still here. Me and you will lose $100. Fuck this market. So in my opinion, every human is different. Like every one of us has a different story. Maybe you're super rich, you don't care about this account. We can go more wild compared to some guy that gathered all his money and bought one prop challenge. And yes, guys, I don't know where you're from, but for some people, gathering even $100 in their country is some money. So I'm not saying to that guy, if you can't be a bit more wild, you're not making money as a trader. I'm saying try to have a bigger heart in this game because this game is brutal. I can go on and on and talk about this concept of money management for a while. Like I can talk about hours, days, because this is my thing. This is my job. This is what I do. But I think it's enough for this video because it's got too long, you know. So I make another video, I answer more questions of yours. I know you have more questions. One of the questions I would answer in another video would be, what if you don't have enough time to trade or you're doing a couple of jobs at the same time? how can you trade, or should you even trade, or you should go invest, or I have so many questions to answer. Like, I know what you're thinking because I were you once, and I will answer those questions in this channel. And if you have something else in mind that you want me to cover, comment that down below, and I can really read that because my comment section is usually empty. Yeah, so I see you in the next one.